What is going on, my Super Sandwiches? Rhymestyle here, and today I'm joined by Geekdom for a Dragon Ball Super length discussion, because there seems to be a lot of confusion by people of how long the series is planned to be at this moment. Now, the reason why we decided to do this video is to kind of go back and just kind of clear things up, because again, there's a confusion there. People assume it's going to be very long, and we want to kind of make sure everybody's on the same page. So the first thing we want to talk about is 100 episodes again. So initially, when the series was announced a couple months back, there was a Toei Europe Geekdom?
The 100 episodes rumor, well, okay, the 100 episodes rumor or whatever, there's two different sources. Originally that rumor was like 200 episodes.
Right.
And of course it came from Latin America. And when something comes from Latin America, even though I am a Latin American, Latin America tends to spread a lot of misinformation. And so if you see something from Latin America, like, I don't know, a new movie being announced or something like that, take it with a grain of salt until we get a little more information. But, yeah, that's where that came from. And I've said it time and time again on my channel for months and months and months since I started doing this thing. And the fact is, no series ever in the history of television, and never will be, is ever, or has ever been greenlit for 100 episodes. You cannot greenlight a series for 100 episodes. That is not how it works. So anybody who says, you know, oh, it's confirmed for 100 episodes, you're not using your brain, you're not using critical thinking skills. It's not possible. TV shows do not get greenlit for 100 episodes, because if the show tanks, they have just literally blown all of that money, and that's not what TV networks do in any country.
And even though Dragon Ball has been very successful since it came out, even Dragon Ball cannot be greenlit for 100 episodes. But that's not to say it's not going to be that long. We don't know how long it's going to be. The initial 100 number that popped up was just a placement holder, and it was immediately removed because people started reporting on it. Now, speaking of reporting, something else to kind of talk about is if there's any news in the Dragon Ball community, always go to Kozenshi.com. If Kozenshi does not report on it, you know, follow Mike Labrie on Twitter, VegettoEX. If they don't tweet about it, it's not true. So that's something else to think about. Don't just look at, you know, I know some people in the community tend to make videos where they'll jump in to get excited. They'll talk about something that's confirmed without really knowing what they're talking about. And people will just read that title and then go with it. But again, unless everybody's talking about it, you know, if you see Geek make a video, if you see myself make a video, if you see Kozenshi report on it, it's probably not true. So the 100 episode thing was a placement hold. Let's kind of get that out of the way.
Yeah. The Toei Europe thing, I was going to comment on that. It popped up with 100 episodes, and that's Toei UK, is not Toei Japan. They put 100 in there, and everybody was like, "Oh, look, it's 100 episodes." It doesn't matter, because again, you can't greenlight a show for 100 episodes. The way anime and the way Toei works in Japan, not just anime but anything, is that they put out a show. You know, it's being made. And then what happens is, depending on the popularity of the show, not just the ratings, but also the way the merchandise sales go, because merchandise is actually the most important thing over there, that determines how long the show goes.
Right.
So, two examples we can give actually real quick is Dragon Ball GT. I don't believe that GT was supposed to be just 64 episodes, but when the show tanked, they cut it off early.
Yep.
An even more recent example is Toriko. Toriko aired in Japan after the initial run of Kai ended with the Cell arc, and then what happened was, near the end of Toriko, fans were saying, wait a minute, they're adapting this manga way too fast. Like, the pacing literally went from, like, you know, 2 chapters for like 3 episodes to like 4 chapters in 1 episode. And people were like, wait a minute, why is this being rushed? And then we found out soon after that Toriko was being canceled because it didn't sell any merchandise and got replaced with the Buu Saga of Kai. Right. So if Super does well, it could go well beyond 100 episodes. If Super does not do well, it could be less than 100 episodes. And then, of course, there's other circumstances, like if somebody passes away, God forbid, or if, you know, if Toriyama, the story's not that long. That's what we're trying to say, that it's not, there's no rigid number. We do not know how long this show's going to go as far as episode numbers go. That's the point I'm trying to hammer home.
Yes. But with that said, we do know that the initial plans right now are for 3 stories. I'll say stories, not arcs, because if we say arcs, it becomes confusing. The first story is Battle Gods, which we just finished. Resurrection F is happening next, and then the final one is Universe 6. Do you have the little script that pulled up that he released?
The quote? I don't. You want me to get it right now? I mean, I don't know. Well, pretty much what he said.
Yeah.
Well, go ahead. I was going to say, I remember.
Pretty much what he said was. Pretty much what he said was. The first arc is going to be Battle God, second is going to be Resurrection F, and then the final one, well, not final, but the next story is Universe 6, where he's going to choose a bunch of characters, and it's going to get real interesting. They're going to seek the Super Dragon Balls. That's basically what he said. Yeah.
Yeah, he said, I've written a strange new story. And the thing is, we're talking about it before we went on the air. We've already, in the Toriyama manga, we've already gotten, Champa. That's where everything starts. But I believe that, spoiler alert, there's a tournament going to happen between two universes. I don't think that's the entire arc. I think there's more to it because we've heard the Super Dragon Balls already mentioned in the manga, but we haven't actually heard the part where they're going to go find them. And that I think is going to be after the tournament. So still, like, the Universe 6 arc is not going to be like 15 episodes. I think it's going to be a lot longer than that.
Yep. And what I was going to say is the tournament itself isn't an arc. That's just... it's an act, as Geekdom said in the past. So, like, looking at the Majin Buu Saga, Majin Buu Saga is a great example. We had the tournament beginning. Well, not even that. We had Gohan in the beginning.
Great Saiyaman, yeah.
The time of peace. We had the tournament. We had the Majin Buu Saga stuff. Like, the Majin Buu Saga was multiple acts in one giant arc. So, Universe 6 itself is going to be an arc, but we don't know how long it's going to be. It could be, 20 episodes. It could be 100 episodes. To kind of also throw out some numbers, and not, these numbers mean nothing, but we were talking about this also before we started recording. The Saiyan Saga was 35 episodes, Frieza Saga was about 72, Cell Saga was 82, and Majin Buu was 91. So it's like, it can vary. There's no required rule that says, hey, it has to be this long. So as far as how long Dragon Ball Super is going to be, we don't know, but just understand that right now, currently, there's only those 3 stories planned. Now,
what you're talking about is that right now, all we know is that there's the Battle of Gods arc, the Resurrection F arc, and the Universe 6 arc. That's it. There's nothing else announced or talked about. Will it go further? We'll see.
It's possible. Now, Dragon Ball Super is doing really, really well. We'll tell you right now. It's doing really, really well. Toriyama himself is invested in 3 stories. Now, what happens afterwards, either we could probably see Toriyama maybe do another story or another one. Or for all we know, he might just be done after that 3rd story, and Toei might continue it. They've done that before with GT. Something I want to toss out there to you guys to show you guys. I don't want to say Toriyama's dedication, but kind of like his mentality behind it. This is in volume 17 of Dragon Ball Z's manga, and he says, this is in 1992, Akira Toriyama. As many of you can probably imagine, doing a weekly series is very hard work. I've been doing the weekly series for 13 years straight, and it's beginning to wear me down physically and mentally. I've never considered myself to be the kind of guy who had a lot of grit and willpower. So thinking about myself and my family, I'm starting to think of ways to take it easy, which we've seen. With Super, he basically just kind of writes a story and then hands it off to Torotaro and Toei Yamamoto. What's his face? Why am I blanking on his name? The person
who?
The produced, who's doing the anime? Yamamuro.
Yamamoro's he's involved in the anime. Are you talking about like who's doing like the directing and stuff?
Yes.
Kimitoshi Chioka. Yeah, Chioka's the director. Yeah,
completely blanked out. But the point is,
well, they all sound the same.
Yeah. So. What's his face? Toriyama is kind of taking it easy on himself. So it's like right now it's pretty easy for him to do a series just because he kind of does like the least amount of work where he writes a story and then hands it off, and then Toriyama does the manga with Toei working on the anime, and he very well might do another arc later. But again, we don't know anything about that. Nothing's confirmed. There's no news about this. There's no even leaks about it. If you read about it, if someone reports on it, if someone makes a video about it, it's complete bullshit. So
yeah, and we don't know how long the Universe 6 arc is because he said, here's what he said in the interview. He's like, it's a strange new story, but I don't want to reveal too much. So for all we know, they might go into other universes. I mean, we don't know what actually was written. Nobody knows but Toriyama and Toei and probably Torotaro. So who knows how long it's actually going to be? We really don't know that. And the thing is that Toriyama has not written a full-time manga, like a weekly manga, since like 96 or 95. That he did Jocko, but that's like it was 13 weeks. It wasn't like it was years. This guy went on for damn near 20 years writing including Dr. Slump, not just Dragon Ball. That Dragon Ball and Dr. Slump together was like 17 years non-stop. Plus he was doing Dragon Quest, plus he was doing other side projects. The guy worked his ass off. He did the American Dream, which even though he's not American, he did it. Where you work your ass off for 25 years of your life and you take it easy for the rest of your life. That not everybody can do that, but that's what everybody wants to do, and he did it. So there you go.
And the whole point of me even reading this is to show you that even though Toriyama loves Dragon Ball, like it's his baby, obviously it's touched all our lives. It's very important to us. It's not to say that he'll keep going. I mean, I'm pretty sure after he's done with this final story, he might just take it easy. Maybe he'll come back later, pull a Togashi.
He's already taking it easy. If you
He's already taking it easy, but he might take it even easier depending on how he is mentally, because we don't really know. He's a very mysterious man. But
that's true.
Again, the whole point of this video is to just let you guys know that right now there's 3 stories planned. If something else happens, great, we'll let you guys know. Obviously, we'll condense you. Just don't fall for the crap that someone might tell you or the crap that you might read online. And I don't know. I guess all we can really do at this point is kind of wait and see what happens over the course of the next year or so. Because I'm sure within the next year we'll know exactly how much longer it is and all that good stuff.
Yeah, and I will make a comment about the rumors about a new movie or whatever. There's no confirmation of this as of this recording,
Yes.
but I will say this. If they are going to make another movie, it's possible they will. I believe it's not going to happen until after Super's run is over. But that's my guess, but I could be wrong. Who knows?
Yeah. I feel this is what in my perfect scenario, what I would want to happen is they do Super, they finish Super, they finish the final arc, and then they do a movie after that. But the thing that scared me when I saw this rumor yesterday is I assumed they were going to do the exact same thing that happened with Battle Gods and Resurrection F, and basically just retell the story from Super. But of course, they would have to do the movie first, because you can't just, do the Universe 6 arc in the movie format and then show Super later. The other way around. If they showed Super first in the Universe 6 story and then did the movie would do pretty bad. So I feel like when I read that, I kind of panicked. I was like, oh god, I hope they don't do that. But either way, what I think would be great is, and I'm pretty sure it's going to be another movie just because, the last two were so successful. I'm not confirming anything. I'm just saying just keep an eye out over the next year or two and see what happens. If another movie does happen, it'd be great if they do it after Super ends to kind of like what's the word, to not end it, but to like end it in a way. Does that make sense?
Yeah, exactly. And cap off the story. We don't know. Again, we're just speculating. We're not even speculating. We're just letting everybody know that nobody knows anything yet. But yeah, you're right. Though the bottom line is all that we have confirmed is 3 arcs, 3 storylines. How long will they be in anime form? How long will they be in manga form? That remains to be seen. Battle of Gods arc was 15 episodes. Resurrection F arc, I'm guessing will probably be maybe 15 or 20, maybe more. And then after that, who knows? Could be anything, really.
Yep. So with that said, if anybody still has any questions, if you're anything confusing, I guess drop a comment in the comment section below, and we'll do our best to kind of answer as many questions as possible. But yeah, that's pretty much everything. I think we covered everything.
That's it. Yeah, I can't think of anything else.
Okay. With that said, hope you guys enjoyed today's video. If you did, you know what to do. Leave a like right below. All the good stuff. Check out Geekdom in the description below. You know how this works. And as always, you guys enjoy the rest of the day. This has been Geekdom and Rhymestyle. And we'll see you guys in the comment section below.
Peace.